Good morning, Napster. This is my review of the Razer Viper V3 Pro. And at this point, if you're on the fence, if you need some convincing, if you think you might like this mouse but you don't know whether to get it or not, just get it. Buy it. Open the book, close the book. It's as easy as that. But if you want more information for some reason, quick rundown is that it's 54 grams. It is perfectly balanced. It's 160 bucks MSRP, and I have seen a million people get a discount on the Razer site by signing up for a Razer account. And then if they're a student at a university, I think that gets them another discount as well. So getting this at 160 bucks, already fantastic. If you can get a discount on top of that, that is the cherry on top. And the main selling point of this mouse that I feel like, well, one of them that everyone's talking about is the sensor. It's uh it it's most likely an upgraded 3950, but people still aren't 100% sure because Razer has kept it under wraps for some reason. But either way, this sensor is just, it's as perfect as I can humanly imagine a sensor being right now. It is just the smoothest and most flawless and just best feeling experience I've ever had in any game, honestly. I I'm rocking a 1440p 170 hertz monitor, and even at only 170 FPS or hertz, I can tell that there's a difference. I can tell that this is smooth. Damn, this sensor is nice. Compared to the 3395 mice, they're no slouch. It's not like they're garbage and this just mogs it in every single way, but there is a difference that is noticeable, and a difference that is noticeable is a difference that matters. It's just objectively better. And if I can notice that on 170 hertz, if you're rocking a 360, a 500, whatever, you're gonna notice it even more than me. And I'm only at 4K because I mainly play Fortnite, and that doesn't support 8K really that well. So yeah, if you're rocking CS2 Valorant or something, you're in a good position picking this up. That's just how it works. And then the next thing is the shape. This is one of those kinds of shapes that just works for everybody. My hands are 189 by 90. For some reason, I psyoped myself into thinking I have smaller hands than that just because I like fingertip mice, but regardless, I can palm it perfectly. I can claw it really damn well, and I don't like claw. I'm not a claw aficionado. I'm a fan of it. I don't like it. But something I realized is that just on a lot of other mice, I physically can't claw because my hands get so sweaty and gunked up. The other mice that just go whoop, whoop. I try to claw and just my hand slips and slides, and the base of my palm doesn't have any grip to just hold onto the mouse to claw properly. So I fingertip it. But on this, the coating on this is just goated with the sauce. It's the perfect rubbery chalky thing. My hand will not slip from here at any single point. I don't even know why Razer bothered putting grip tape in the box because no one's gonna need it. That's just them. That's just Razer wasting money on grip tape they could have saved because their coating on this is so good. And I only have the white model. I've heard word on the street is that the white coating is better than the black model. I can't vouch on that, but just get the white to be safe. White just looks better. It looks a bit cleaner. Just go with the white. Don't even risk it, in my opinion. And yeah, I can fingertip this because let's be honest, any shape is a fingertip mouse if you want to fingertip it. But don't buy this if you're gonna fingertip it. That's like the one category of people who should just not get this. It's 54 grams. Not that that's a brick, but if you're fingertipping it, that's just a smidge heavier than I would like. And so when I was fingertipping it, I could just tell, there's a little bit of extra weight that's normally not here for my lighter mice when I fingertip. But then I was like, but the sensor's so good though. I want to keep doing it. So yeah, that's the trade-off. And I just don't. A Razer probably could have shaved off a few grams. They could have hollowed out the bottoms. They could have. Their Razer's not going to honeycomb it. They could have shaved a few grams off, but also the build quality on here is just, this thing is not going to give in. So I guess that's why it's a little bit heavier compared to something like other mice that have holes and stuff. The build quality is still great, but it's not, I guess, not up to the snuff that Razer would want for something they're mass producing by the however millions they're gonna sell. So if Razer, if you could get a sub 50-gram version of this, that would be a huge win. Even if it's a Razer Viper V3 Pro Ultimate Mini Signature Edition, whatever you have to do, make a smaller version of this, get it under 50 grams, keep the same coating, and that'll be my mouse. No questions asked. But this just isn't what I really want out of a mouse. So if Razer, if you could do that, please, I'm begging you, just do that. And then you'll sell so many more units to people like me. The shape, I mean, it's just great. It's got it's got the nice curves at the side you want. It's got a good mid hump. The angled clicks, the whatever you want. It's just a great shape. It just works. Doesn't need to do more than that. And then one nit, one of the nitpicks is the clicks. They're optical clicks. Optical clicks ain't great. I don't know what you want me to say. There's just a little bit of the deadness at the end, like it goes out in cushions rather than being sharp. That's just how optical switches are. It's not terrible, it's not bad, but it's just, they're still light and spammable. They're not too stiff, there's not too much tension, but just, I prefer my mechanicals. What can I say? The clicks themselves are great, and the buttons extrude far enough out from the chassis. A lot of mice I find, the side clicks are just a bit too recessed, which makes it a little bit awkward, but there's enough room. The only issue I have, I've said this before, but I'm not a fan of having a physical space in between the side buttons. I just don't like the gap. If I'm just using the tip of my thumb and like the base of my thumb and just rocking it back and forth, then it's not an issue. That's fine. But if you're someone who uses the pad of your thumb and just goes back and forth, just having a little bit of extra space there can be an annoyance because the thumb might slide and slip. Not, it's not major, but doesn't mean I have to like it. I just prefer there not being a gap. The scroll wheel, the scroll wheel's perfect. I don't know which one to say there. I'm picky when it comes to scroll wheels. Like ULX, the trick, I don't like the scroll wheel on this. I'll get into that whenever I review that. But yeah, scroll on this, I have no complaints whatsoever. Synapse is bad. I don't feel like that's controversial. Synapse is just kind of whatever. It boggles my mind that you boot Synapse up and goes, yo, there's a firmware update for your new mouse you just got. Go download the firmware updater software and do it. I'm like, why is that just not built into Synapse? Even the G-Wolves app, even that's built into the G-Wolves app. Why are you telling me to download something else you already wanted me to download? Oh, download Razer RGB, download the Razer Sound, download, yeah, it chills for all these other apps when you start up Razer Synapse. And then it has you download another app just to download the firmware. That's bad, but you use Synapse once, you just don't interact with it again. That's how I use it. But that's basically all I have to say about this mouse. It is just a banger. All the downsides I can think of are either nitpicks like the optical clicks or the gap between the side clicks, or they're just a shape and weight preference thing. Like I prefer smaller and lighter mouse. And that's not like this mouse is bad because it's not smaller and lighter. It's just, that's what this mouse is. You're not gonna go to McDonald's, eat a hamburger, and be like, that hamburger was bad because it wasn't an ice cream sundae. That's just not how it works. And you have no idea how many times online I've already recommended this mouse to someone. Pops in the chat, says, hey, this is what I like, what do I get, what do I want, I claw grip, whatever, and just everyone knows that the answer at this point is just buy the Viper V3 Pro. It is simple as that. That is just the best on the market for this right now. And it doesn't feel like that's a controversial experience. This mouse is just so close to being flawless. It's not flawless, but the experience you'll have for so many people is just flawless. I want a Viper V3 Pro Mini Signature Edition, $400, whatever Razer is gonna do, because you want a mini version of this? You get the Viper Mini, which isn't really a Viper Mini. It's kind of its own thing. But the Viper Mini wired, it's outdated. You get the Viper Mini Signature Edition. That's a meme. No one should be wasting their money on that. You buy the fucking Cobra Pro or whatever it's called, was just an abomination. I don't know why these companies like Logitech and Razer just don't listen to such easy feedback. But yeah, buy this mouse. That's all I really have to say. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I'm out.